Hello guys, Frankie Day here. Okay guys, for Wednesday, this is video number 3 for the dedication built for Mr. Dave Mather. NORSKE Building Boats, NORSKE Love, Norwegian Lion, 1765. Okay guys, I've been on this thing pretty steadily. Tomorrow morning I'll have the final reveal for Isabella, because I've been working on Isabella at nighttime and working on this in the daytime. And so I'm trying to get a good start on the NORSKE Love, and where I can slow down and take my time on this thing. And it's come out quite well. And I'm enjoying the hell out of this thing. I'm having a ball. Okay guys, thus far from the last video number 2, on the suggestion of one of my commenters, Tommy, I followed his suggestion, his advice, and the man steered me pretty good in the direction of go ahead planking the deck. And make it look nice. And of course that wasn't pretty much in my mind anyway in the beginning, because I'm afraid I was going to have to plank the deck. As mentioned in the last video, the last one I had, one of these, I went ahead and just lacquered the thing, and boy was I surprised. So I don't want to go there, because like I say, because once you put varnish or polyurethane, any kind of a sand sealer or something on this thing, you know, the printed deck lines will disappear, and it'll amplify the wood grains of the mahogany, so they'll take away from the model. So no deck, you're not building a piece of furniture, you're building a authentic replica of such vessel that did exist at one time. So modeling is known as made in miniature. Okay guys, I had a lot of cutting out. Believe you me guys, that mahogany veneer wood that Billings gives you, that's probably about the biggest downfall of that company, is a selection of wood that he used in their kits. But like I'm saying guys, you know, back in those days, no one was particular. I mean, they designed the model, and of course it's a foreign model across the pond in European countries, Denmark, and the Danish people of building boats, that's their favorite wood, is mahogany or Raymond. And it's all good exotic woods. It's good woods guys, but like I say, God, it's awful hard to cut with a number 11 blade with cutting out parts of mahogany veneer, because that's how you'll break those blades. So I got a special blade on the number 11 blade that I finally wore out a good blade. It's lasted a long time. It cuts the wood pretty good. You can make about 20-30 strokes. So you don't want to take a jigsaw to cut these parts out guys, because you take a jigsaw to it, sometimes they'll get off the line and everything, and the parts are printed so close to each other, and it'll probably influence and ruin the next part as you cut. So the best thing to do, it's time consuming. Always use number 11 blade and the straight edge, and cut, keep on scoring till the wood's free, and finish up with a mill bastard file, and hands do the work. And so these hands are moving constantly. Okay guys, we're going to take a look at NORSKE Love right here, the NORSKE Love. I think NORSKE Love is an appropriate way of pronouncing the ship. For years, all of us Americans have called it the NORSKE Love, but it's called the NORSKE Love. The NORSKE Love is the second ship of the Norwegian Lion. The first one in 17-something came out, and I think it was struck by lightning, and it posed a lot of problems, and during the correction of the correcting and trying to jury rig the ship to get it seaworthy again, with the mainmast destroyed by lightning, it took out the mizzenmast too. So the ship was actually a dead duck in the water, and so she foundered, and the breakers got a hold of her, and what's left her is an infinity. And so NORSKE Love is stricken back in, I think, 18-something, very early 1800s. She was used as a guard ship for the Danish Navy. She's a third-rater, and I think she carried about 400 to 600 personnel. It's a very beautiful ship. It's probably one of the building boats' most greatest models they ever produced of its type, and still is. There's no other out there like it unless you buy one that's already assembled for you already. But the fun thing about it is building it yourself. Okay guys, enough chat right now. We're going to come over and take a look at the NORSKE Club right here, the NORSKE Club, and we're going to review what I've done on this thing. Okay guys, got all these parts I cut out right here. I'll zoom in a little closer guys so we can see what I'm doing here. Someday I'm going to make some nice videos. Well, my videos now are just like they always have been. Being an old fart in the wind like I am, so I'm pretty old school. All these parts were cut in sheets, guys. These are your skins or your shears, as you call them. These are all cut out. I had to cut out all the gun ports right here, because this kit comes with turned brass cannons, and the gun cartridges are completely made from plastic. They come in a fittings kit, and everything's got to be cut out by hand, and time consuming. Okay guys, what I did is I cut all these parts out right here. I've got the shears right here too that I cut out, and we'll come forward with the camera a little bit. And all these big shears right here, like these shears here, they bend around like this, and they come around and they give the ship this profile up like this. You got another shear fits in the bottom here, and from that bottom, that shear, it's all planked. And this is part number 38. This is the first top course shear that goes right about in here like this. It's about like A. Right about like that, guys. It's just like that. And I got these beams here. These beams were cut out with M11 blade, filed right to shape. Because I always cut away from the line, and I'll file to the line to make sure that they're all concised and they're right on. Because this carries a lot of structure on top of your deck here. As you can tell right here, I got the gun deck completely planked. It took me about 7 hours to plank this whole deck right here. And what I did, on the suggestion of Tommy, I went ahead and planked the deck, and using a straight edge on the edges of the plank that were laid, I used a pencil, which is a very, very good. A lot of guys use felt pen pencil. Don't use that, guys. I'll tell you one thing, it bleeds right into the wood, and you'll see all these ungodly looking oversized caulkings. So a pencil is the best method. I gave this deck one coat of polyurethane and get no more. Just enough to seal the wood right there. And we'll get a little closer here. You can see how it works. You got those beams right across there. I got these clamped down aft right there. I clamped them about 12 hours, guys. I had 12 hours on there clamped down. Make sure they're strong, because you remember your deck, your forecastle deck's going to fit on top of that. So you got to have some rigidity and strength on it. You got to have these are actually like former beams. These beams give you the contour of the camber of the deck when it's installed. Same thing on the quarter deck, poop deck. I got these beams here, which fit aft here. They can't be placed here until these sub-assemblies are dried. Once they're dried, I'll move these clamps, put them in the box they came out of, and I'll go ahead and take one part of the deck, cement it, we use Titebond cement, clamp well, and let it stay there for a while. When it dries, bring it to the side, glue the same, clamp down too. And so once that's all done, then I know that the decks are well installed. And when they're done, once I get the decks, once these beams are all dried, you only go ahead and put the decks on. Now getting back to the decks, fellas, I think the last video I had the quarter deck and the forecastle deck planked. But I went ahead and got the rest of the decks planked along with the gun deck. This deck here fits about like this. Of course, the gun deck fits over in here, guys. And we'll take a little closer shot here and take a look at the decks here done on it. you can see all the caulking's done on this right here, and of course, the quarter deck fits back here. It can't go in position because of clamps. So you guys get an idea right there. I had this all planked and caulked using pencil. That gives you the illusion of the caulkings on there. It's very, very accurate too. It was done. So I'll rip these planks out. I got all these here done, and of course we got the poop deck. Poop deck goes, it's aft. And we'll a little closer to the deck. Looks pretty good, guys. That's all. That polyurethane brings out some of the wood grains in the wood. But I like that. It gives it the effect of traffic and wear and tear. Okay, guys, that's as far as I got. I got a lot of time in this thing already. And she's calling quite nicely. And so I'll show you another video of this. I should have it by Saturday or Sunday. I'll have the video number 4. My goal is to get these decks installed, get them in place. When the decks are all completely mechanically sealed, like the way they're supposed to be, the fun part next will be adding these shears right across here. And all these shears will fit right across here like this on top. And once some shears are all done, then it's called planking the whole time. Then it'll be the same thing like I did in Isabella. I'll go ahead, and once the hull's pretty planked, I'll turn on her backside, go ahead and mask the water line and fill sand, and I'll go ahead and paint the tallow on the water line. So this is going to be a very slow build, guys. It's going to be a lot slower than Isabella. Tomorrow I should have a video, the final video for Isabella. My wife's already cleared off a nice spot on top of the television. So Isabella goes in there. She fell in love with the ship, and so did I. And it's been a very joyous build on it. So we'll get on the conclusion of that tomorrow. So right now I'm kind of paying attention on NORSKE loves. So I can't do much now, guys, until these beams, all these deck beams are dry, so I can install these decks. And with that done, the shears will come on next. Of course, bowsprit comes off and on. I just kind of put it there to see what it looks like. But like I say, guys, with these building kits, they're good kits. This kit's ancient. This is typical buildings of the 1970s. And of course, modeling back in those days is pretty much like it was back in the 50s and 60s. There was no event of photo etch parts, no event of laser cutting, and everything was old school back in those days. And so this is my second merry-go-round with the NORSKE Love, and I'm very happy with this beautiful model, and bless Mr. Dave Mather's heart for selling this to me and everything. And like I say, this kit's always been on. It's always been in the back of my mind to get it again, and I don't think they ever made it again, but they do. But it's a whole different kit opposed to this, because it's all re-engineered. And so the instruction booklet came with this kit here was no good. It will not assemble this model. So my only assembly on this model, thank God for this. This will save my bacons right here. Otherwise, this kit couldn't be built. It's these plants right behind me. Like I say, guys, always have your model plans eye level, away from eye level in your view. Don't leave it out of your sight. Because this is the Bible right now. I'm building this model. Without these plans here, guys, this is my guide. I cannot build this kit. Even at gunpoint, I could not build this model without these plans. I built this thing before, and a lot of it's coming back to mind, and it's it will go together quite easily and nicely, and so once in view, before I can do it again easily. So it's not that difficult for me because I've built it before. You just gotta keep looking at them plans, because it's always good to have those plans. Like I say right behind me, I can look this way, take a measurement, look, and find out the part. It's all there, guys. You just gotta keep looking at the plans. And the buildings they do incorporate some nice drawing plans, but most of their kits, they can't be. Well, biggest part is the formers, the keel sections, that they're kind of hard to trace out. Everything else you can make using their plans, but they're not very good modeling plans for building scratch. But they're good for bases here and there. It'll get you going a little bit, not much. And like I say, back in the 1970s, buildings kits were all these parts. Like I say right here, they give you a whole big old veneer strip of wood, and you got to cut it out. You got to take a knife blade, just keep on cutting and cutting until they break loose. Because this is all mahogany veneer. This is very tough wood, guys. It's harder than a cob to cut out, and so it takes time. Modeling shipbuilding requires a lot of time and lots of time, and so during a drawing session right now, until those deck beams are done, I'm just gonna kick back and relax and hop on Isabella and finish up the main mast and the Spencer mast sail lines, and tomorrow will be the final reveal for that. Get it out of the way so I can have her sit proudly atop the TV set, and so my wife can marvel at it, and I can marvel at this. Okay, guys, I'm going to have the final reveal for the 410 Messerschmitt probably by this Friday. I've been doing gross working on this. Isabella has taken me away from airplanes a long time, guys. At least 3 months I haven't touched plastic. And, Lord have mercy, at least about 3 months. And so the skills are still there to build it. But right now, I'm on this NORSKE Love, and it's going to be a dedication build. It's going to be a long, long, long build. And I'm going to try to get 40 or 50 videos out of this. I pictured at least 20 videos out of Isabella, and it's spot on. The 20th video will be the final reveal. So this is a conclusion of video number 3 for the dedication build for the great Mr. Dave Mather. The Billings Boats NORSKE Love, scale 175, circa, this kit probably 78 or 1977, probably the same year I had bought mine. And that'd be it. Oh, another thing too, like another technical note, and technical note also. Also, guys, when you're building these billings kits, when you're cutting out parts from the veneer, mahogany veneer sheet, when you come to the edge, don't make a score, because you'll catch that edge, and that wood likes to split. It likes to split. It don't matter how fresh the wood is or how old the wood. The older it gets worse when it gets older. But when it's fresh wood, it still does it. When it does older, it'll split. So when you come into the edge of the score with your number 11 blade, turn the veneer around and cut from the outside edge where you're going up this way, cut it towards you. And that way, it'll be even break. In other words, just score this way, you'll split the wood, and you go, oh man, you gotta glue it and let it sit there and dry, and when it dries, go back and resume. So, mahogany's not very forgiving wood. So take that in mind. Also, too, another thing too, I forgot to mention, when you're building these things, it doesn't matter if it's billings kits, Mantua kits, Sergo kits, Blue Jacket kits, you name it, what's out there. These things, you got to plan, you got to mentally plan the construction in your head before you do the model. Regardless what the instruction booklet says, the instruction booklet will lead you into the construction the appropriate way the kit was designed and built by the craftsmen for the company. But you got to always make plans what you're going to do, because a lot of guys, even like me, who build these things, deviate away from the plans by doing extra work, like putting the planking on that. I remember on the instruction booklet that I had on the old kit, previous kit that I had, was no mentioning of laying planks down. All it said is give it a clear coat of shellac